Hello friends, my name is Alexa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the first book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series called Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but yeah, I'll be talking about that one, and as for usual there will be spoilers, so if you wish to avoid spoilers, I will leave a little timestamp in the description below, and there's also like other videos that I've done so far if you want to check those videos out as well. But with that said, let's get started to what went on in this book. So I put that it was like set in, like, this book takes place in Italy. I wasn't exactly sure what time frame in Italy, but there's like little hints in the book that kind of indicates that it's not like modern day, because they talk about chamber pots and like the use of candles and whatnot, so I assumed it's like maybe the 19th century, if my history is correct. Maybe, I don't know, there's not really an answer, but there's like a little prologue also in the beginning where like Amelia and her twin sister Victoria they're like twin witches. I've been reading a lot of books with twins in them lately. Maybe that's a theme, but they're, yeah, where they're like 8 years old and they're learning about the 7 princes from hell, but they should only fear wrath, envy, greed, and pride, aka also known as the wicked. Amelia and Victoria are now 18 years old. There's like a 10-year time jump. They're descendants of an actual goddess, true daughters of the moon. I also, like, again, it's in olden times, the ink pot, chamber pot, and like mentions of a chambermaid. There's also this mysterious man who's like, Amelia describes his hair close to onyx, almost like iridescent, like wings of a flame catching the sunlight. He was tall and powerfully built, like a statue of a Roman warrior, though his clothes were that of a gentleman. Then later on, Amelia finds out that Victoria is dead. She was killed, that she had her heart cut out, and she's like underneath like this chamber or chapel of like underneath the church. I also found the chapter / page art to be really pretty. I like really like the design in the book. And then like there's this whole mystery of Amelia trying to find out who killed her sister, and so that she found out that her sister, like in her diary, like tried to summon a demon, and that now Amelia will try to summon a demon so she can find out some answers on who killed her sister. And so she like goes to this sea cave and she like performs this whole ritual, and then she winds up summoning a demon. And it was one of the princes of hell, Wrath. And right away Amelia is trying to hurt him, kill him, because she like found him in like the chamber under the chapel where he was like hovering over her sister's body. While he's like trying to kill her, or not while she's trying to kill her, he like could care less. He's like still trying to figure out how the hell he got here and what the summoning circle is. To me, Wrath became an instant favorite. They're also bound together now. They can't hurt one another. That's why he's kind of freaking out and like, well, what kind of spell did you use? Because I'll explain later on, but we find out what exactly the spell that she used and what the binding between the two of them are. And also because they're bound together, they can't hurt each other. So, and also Amelia like also describes his smell, like he smells like mint in summer days. And then Wrath like admits to her that he said that he didn't kill her sister and that maybe one of his brothers did, and he's also like trying to find out who killed her sister too. He's also trying to get Amelia to blood bond, like / like a protection spell, but she like refused. She doesn't want anything to do with a blood bond or like a pact like that. And then Amelia eventually goes to ask her friend Claudia to help unlock like her sister's diary because she doesn't want Wrath to do it because yeah, who knows what would happen if he found out or looked inside the diary, I don't know. And then Amelia found out that her sister was supposed to marry Pride to break the curse that was like placed on him. And then she meets another one of the brothers named Envy. He's my personal favorite, but yeah. He's also trying to get Amelia to join his house, but she would rather choose Wrath over Envy. And then Amelia met Greed, and then she asked him about the Horn of Hades and about her sister. And also Greed wanted her to join his house, but she refused. And she also finds out that the Horn of Hades is the key to the gates of hell. On page 151, Wrath says that freedom will be mine soon. If you are foolish to attack such a creature, I will not come for you. And then I said, yeah, sure, buddy. Because she's supposed to like find like some demonic snake underneath the church. I think it's like hiding under there for some reason. Because that's also like where she'll find, I think, Amelia's locket that's like part of the Horn of Hades thing. And then after Amelia gets attacked by the snake, I can't really pronounce the name. She's like slowly dying, and then Wrath shows up to save her. He performs like some sort of ritual to save her. So I guess he didn't hold up to his promise saying that he wouldn't come and save her. And then Amelia and Wrath are finally working together, trying to find out who killed her sister and all that other stuff. I also said I love the mystery element to this book. I like reading like a little mystery that like gets thrown in here. I also love the banter between Amelia and Wrath. They're like, she's not having it with this man. She does not like him at all. Also, Amelia used a truth spell on one of like Wrath's informants to find out some information on what happened to her sister, or who could possibly be the one who killed her sister. And then Wrath was not happy, and he was a little concerned about her soul. And then, so remember that nice little spell that she performed. Amelia found out that this spell wasn't a protection spell, but it was a marriage bond spell with Wrath. So she connected the dot. This poor girl, she connected the dots, and then she was horrified. That's what she did. And then I think she quote unquote releases him, but not really. Wrath knew all along. Obviously, that's why he was freaking out. He wanted to like know what the heck the spell that she did. And then Amelia gets chased by another demonic creature, and she was once again saved by Wrath. Amelia got like entranced by another Prince Lust spell, and she just felt completely violated after she was free from Lust's influence. And understandable considering what went on during the whole thing. And then she even asks Wrath would Lust, do stuff without her consent. And he basically told her no, he wouldn't do that. But she still felt violated, which is understandable. Wrath then sent Lust back to hell after being after being threatened to return back to hell when he wasn't ready. Then Wrath took care of Amelia through like the detox of her being detox of like less influence. He held her hand and he stayed with her until she slept. He also helped feeding her. Wrath also brought Amelia's favorite flowers just for her. I also found one of her sister's lovers to be very suspicious. His name is Domiko. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah. And then Envy like captures Amelia's family and is like holding them hostage, and then Envy had Claudia break words of protection. Envy wants to meet with Amelia, and so he sent a vampire to fetch her. And then I put a question mark, like, is Envy the traitor? But we don't get an answer with that, and in this book anyway. And he's also trying to bargain with Amelia to get her and her sister's amulet. And then he like tells her that, says in the end, Wrath will still choose himself over Amelia. And then Amelia like goes back to this castle where she sees Wrath looking up at the sky and like smiling, and she kind of thinks that, well, maybe before he like fell, he used to fly, and maybe he's just like remembering that, you know what I mean? And then Amelia found out that what Envy had told her was true, that Wrath needed a soul to break the curse, and so Amelia feels a little betrayed at that. And then Amelia and like Wrath kiss, like they share their first kiss together. Amelia's grandmother bested Envy, sent him back to hell, and she's kind of impressed with that. She's like, wow, you actually have that power within you. And then her grandma tells her, or her Nuna tells her, that Amelia had been marked by Wrath, and that the Hell's Gates are breaking, and that Amelia is part of a prophecy. Wrath fought against Envy's minions to protect Amelia under like the little catacomb under the church type thing, and then Wrath was gutted by Envy, like really violently. It's described pretty horribly. And then Amelia went to Wrath's side to like comfort him, or like try to make sure that he won't die. And then Wrath kind of goes between, went between from calling her witch, like calling Amelia witch, into like using her name. He kind of calls her witch when they're like arguing together, because she also like says demon, but when they have these soft moments together, they kind of use, like, she uses Wrath, and then he'll like say Amelia, you know what I mean? And then it turns out that her sister was helping Greed, and that her person that she's crushing on, his father and his son, are actually werewolves / ember wolves. And then the man that Amelia was crushing on, Antonio, was the one who killed her sister and all of the other witches, which I guess that solves that. He did that because a witch killed his mom, so I guess he seemed justified, or felt the need to do that to other, I guess other women, even though they didn't play a part. But I guess, I don't know what went through his head. And then Pride possessed Antonio's body and made Amelia his consort, and so Wrath came back to collect Amelia's soul after she agreed to be a part of House Pride, which then would make her be Pride, or the man himself, Lucifer's wife. And so Amelia goes to the underworld / hell, and she's also very like betrayed by Wrath, and that's basically the gist of what went on in the Kingdom of the Wicked. I rated this book a 5-star. I really enjoyed this book. I know that a lot of people don't really like it. I really like the little mystery element thrown into this book, and also I like the whole concept of like witches or whatever, and also like the 7 deadly sins. I think Prince Wrath and Envy and Greed are gonna be some of my, or maybe the main 3 of my favorite deadly sins in this book. Less so far, not really, especially that whole thing with Amelia. Hopefully that'll change later on, but I don't know. I hope we do get to meet the other deadly sins. I know that we got like a little introduction to Pride, Lucifer, at the end of this book, so I'm excited to see if he'll make an appearance in the next book, but we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, I would recommend this book if you like little mystery thrown in there into your books, like the little mystery element, or if you also like not a lot of world building. If you just like, it's also very wordy, so this whole book is like really wordy, but it's actually really good. But if you don't like world building, then this book could be for you because it doesn't really like dwell on the world building. It just kind of like, you just have to read for yourself. It's hard to explain, but yeah, if you like that sort of thing, if you like the Seven Deadly Sins, if you like demons in general, this book could be for you. If you like witches, and yes, or if you just like, oh wait, and if also if you like reading like books with twins, and then this book could be for you. And that's about it. So next time we'll talk about the second book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. And if you want to see more from me, then please hit subscribe if you like this book, or if you like this video, please leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Bye, friends. I also forgot to mention that my book is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive version, which has like the little sprayed edges, the purple. And there's also like a little bonus, like author note type thing at the end that has like all the author's notes and whatnot on like her thought process. So if you're interested in that, then I would suggest you pick up the Barnes & Noble exclusive. And yeah, that's all I forgot to tell you. But that's it. So bye.